David Morrell, when he says...
Let me, I want to...
You don't have power for this.
You don't have...
I don't have power for this.
I don't have power? No, I don't have power?
Not for this.
I'm going to show you.
To break my mouth?
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you.
Hell no.
I'm going to break your
talking
all that shit.
Mouth. Hell
talking all that
Hell
when you have a jaw brace on,
you don't have
that's
power.
going to be... That's
man,
my
but
gift to you.
You boys,
that's
you know more better, man. Like, shut the fuck, bitch. What the fuck you mean?
What are you saying?
You know, man, you're a stupid
I'll beat the
No, man, okay, what do you do? Okay, baby, what do you do? Whatever you do.
All right. And then I want you to come ready because I'll beat the I want you guys to give me, I want you guys to give me the props I deserve. All right,
whatever you do.
We'll see.
Whatever you do.
Tensions have been rising between David Benavidez and David Morrell ahead of their highly anticipated light heavyweight showdown on February 1st, 2025, at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. At a recent press conference, the animosity between the two fighters was obvious.
Before I came, I tried to shake his hand. You know what I mean? I try to be cool. Because last press conference, you know, we did this talking, but then in the middle, after, we know he was cordial, we were shaking hands and stuff. So, no, I was just expecting the same thing. This is my birthday today, so I didn't really want to get too aggressive.
Yeah, gotta go get some cake later.
Keep it down, no cake. But, nah, I tried to shake his hand, kept running his fucking mouth. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna let nobody disrespect me like that. You know, especially, I don't know who this guy thinks he is. He thinks he's the hardest person in the planet, so I'm gonna beat the fuck. And there's nothing else really left to say. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter, yes, but I'm gonna make all these great fighters look average.
Benavidez tried to start things off with a handshake, but Morrell refused, which led to a heated verbal exchange. Things quickly escalated when Benavidez shoved Morrell, who responded by throwing his WBA regular title belt at Benavidez's head. Security stepped in to prevent things from getting even worse.
A lot of bad blood with this buildup because of what's happened at the press conferences. Like, you as a bystander, what'd you make of what happened in Miami?
I wasn't there though. That's the thing.
Like Morrell threw the belt at him. David ducked.
I don't know why the belt. That's something you don't do. What if there would have been, someone said he was a kid or something? You don't do that. And that's how you know he's not how he says he is. He walks around like he's from the fucking hood, like he's gangster. He's none of that shit. Why you gonna throw a belt? Why not pass the belt down to the side and go handle it? If you're really mad, if you're really about that, I mean, it is what it is.
Did that type of response surprise you? From him?
Just made me seem like he's a.
Both fighters are determined to dominate in the upcoming bout. Benavidez, with an undefeated record of 29-0 and 24 knockouts, has made it clear that he wants to hurt Morrell as much as possible. Meanwhile, Morrell, also undefeated with an 11-0 record and 9 knockouts, remains confident and dismisses Benavidez's threats, focusing on his own plans for victory.
It's going to be hard, but now that all this is happening, how you feel different about him?
That's more fuel. That's more fuel to the flame to go in there and do what I got to do. Now, I'm really going to go in there, I'm going to put a beating on him.
Okay, so we're waiting, guys, in case you are watching the stream. We're waiting for David Morrell to come back here and try to do this in a Pacific way.
The rivalry between Benavidez and Morrell goes beyond just boxing. It's a clash of personalities, fighting styles, and championship ambitions. Things heated up at a press conference when Benavidez made a chilling statement to Morrell saying, "I'm going to kill you." While this was an over-the-top comment meant to hype the fight, it shows just how intense the bad blood between these two undefeated fighters has become.
Put up one hell of a fight. I just think David Benavidez is not what people think he is. I see a highly skilled fighter with good fluidity in his punches and his moves. The guy, to me, is one of the best fighters in the world. And I'm talking about skill-wise. Like, he got fast hands. He throws great flurries. He knows how to break you down systematically. His defense is far better than people give him credit. Him against Oleksandr Volcic, I was like, brother, this guy looks great, right? He just need more time at 175, which I think he got.
David Morrell and David Benavidez are going to fight.
Yeah.
Is that a fight that you're...
Oh, got it. Yeah. Well, the story with he and I was, I met him when he was a kid. And he told me, I'm going to be a world champion someday. And then I run into him and he's a world champion. That's happened to me so many times, usually with MMA fighters, not boxers. But that's when I was sort of kicking the tires of boxing. And And yeah, yes, I will watch that fight if that's the question you're asking.
Benavidez, nicknamed the Mexican Monster, boasts an impressive record of 29-0 with 24 knockouts. Known for his relentless pressure, powerful punches, and unshakable determination, he's been on a mission to prove himself as the top super middleweight and a potential challenger for boxing superstar Canelo Alvarez. Benavidez has been vocal about his dislike for Morrell, accusing him of disrespect and vowing to make their fight a brutal one. At the press conference, Benavidez's fiery remarks and the physical altercation only added more drama to the build-up.
No secret for everybody that Benavidez, you know Robocop?
Hey, stop.
Here, that's it. Look, the Benavidez versus Trump. It's 12 round. You know, this time is the real secret. I never fight Plan before. I mean, I think so Plan not have like too much power for Benavidez. So you know, he's the big guy. He's as stronger too. So you have like the good lefts. You training hard. You have power. You have everything. I mean, nothing for you.
Keep your head up.
I can dance. I've moved down. You know, I can dance. Benavidez can dance.
On the other hand, David Morrell, the WBA regular champion, has built a reputation as a slick, powerful, and technically skilled boxer with an undefeated record of 11-0 and 9 knockouts. Despite having less professional experience, Morrell is eager to prove he belongs at the top of the division. At the press conference, he showed no signs of fear. His refusal to shake Benavidez's hand and his bold move of throwing his championship belt at Benavidez's head made it clear he's not backing down.
And David Benavidez. For me, though, I never had a huge demand for it because I think it's a bit early for Morrell. And when you look at his last fight, Riyadh season, David Morrell didn't look that good. But a lot of people don't think David Benavidez looked that good against Volstead. I thought he looked great. I just thought he gassed out, but I thought he looked phenomenal. This fight, though, reminds me a bit of how they moved along Vargas. Remember when Vargas fought Trinidad? People wanted that fight until they saw it. He was a little too young, and he was showing a lot of promise, but I think they moved him along too quickly. Don't be surprised if David Benavidez give him a boxing lesson. David Benavidez, I think he's going to show some movement, shoot the jab, be busy. I think Morrell has a puncher's chance. And I think it's a phenomenal puncher's chance because he's so athletically gifted.
Benavidez and David Morrell, right? This is the type of fights boxing needs. Two young fighters, great fighters in their division. They moved up to 175. They were at 168. The fight wasn't made there, but 175, David said, you know what, let's make this fight happen. The first few pictures, it looks like David has some weight to take off. He looks like the Tyson Fury of the 175, but that doesn't matter, right? It's all about your fighting technique, your fighting style. I think David Morrell has a great opportunity to showcase his skills, but I don't think it'll be enough to beat a David Benavidez. I think David Benavidez has a little bit too much power and too much combinations for David Morrell. David Morrell hasn't, fought anybody that is maybe top 2, top 3. David Benavidez has been in there with Caleb Plant, has been in there with some good fighters. So he is coming into the fight the favorite. But let me know what you guys think of that fight, all right? Let me know what you guys think.
As the countdown to fight night continues, the bad blood between Benavidez and Morrell ensures that this bout will be more than just a contest of skills. It will be a battle for pride, dominance, and the right to call oneself the best in the division.
Here is David El Monstruo Benavidez.
First of all, I just want to thank God for everything. God handled it as possible. I also want to thank my wife, my son, my daughter, my father was able to use Samson Lukowitz, all PBC, Luis Sikowitz, all Heyman, and here we are again. I told you guys I was going to give you the best fights that you guys wanted to see, and we're here again. We got this guy. He's been talking about me for a while, for about 2 or 3 years. He disrespected me, disrespecting my dad, disrespecting my brother. So now he wanted to take it personal with me. So I'm personally going to break his fucking mouth. So y'all come to remember me, boy.
I want to know who in these dudes' heads that they trying to fight in January. They ain't no main event, man. Don't nobody know David ass, man.
Shit.
David is not a main event.
They gotta learn.
got 1 million followers combined. They ain't got 1 million followers, huh, Ness?
I don't know what they got. I know they got to learn. Like my man did 175, then he did 62. Then they put you on the undercard. Like, bruh, like that, I mean, keep building. He should be pushing for this undercard right here to be on this Tank undercard again.
So you want us to be back on the undercard, so you just hate.
I'm afraid that he's going to do a show in January and it's not going to be successful.
We ain't got time to be hot.
David Benavidez is not a main event fighter, man. That's to prove my fucking point, man.
It's more about
he ain't about his dance partner, man.
The personal grudge between these two adds even more tension to the fight. If Benavidez wins, it will push him closer to a potential mega fight against Canelo. A victory for Morrell, however, would send him into superstardom and solidify his place as a serious contender in the super middleweight division.
It's a rocket of a fight, that is, it's one of them. I wish I could go watch that live, because I think that's going to be a good tear up, And saying that we're still in January, I'm not going into camp yet. I might have to make an appearance for that one. That's going to be a bolter. I think Benavidez, just because every time I watch him, I get more impressed with him. Do you know what I mean? And then I spoke to someone who was in the gym with him a few years ago and just said he's just a different animal. But saying that. Again, these 50-50 fights, they're so hard to call, do you know what I mean? But I'm going to go with Benavidez.
As the fight night approaches, the bad blood between Benavidez and Morrell guarantees that this won't just be a contest of boxing skills. It will be a fight for pride, dominance, and the right to claim the title of the best in the division.
Well, you got David Benavidez fighting David Morrell. Now, David Morrell's only got like 11 pro fights and 12, and he's undefeated, Cuban guy. I think he's Cuban. And he's a good boxer. But I don't know. I don't know if he is going to beat David Benavidez. David Benavidez was a big 168-pounder. Now he's at 175. He looked real good against Glowstick. But Glowstick was, hadn't fought in a while. If it was the Glowstick, I think that fought Beterbiev. Even though he lost, he was winning the fight mostly until he got stopped. He's a great boxer, but he's past his time. But I can see David Benavidez.
Boxing experts have weighed in on the upcoming fight, predicting an exciting showdown. Many believe that Benavidez's power, aggressive style, and tactical approach will give him the edge over Morrell. However, some also think Morrell's speed and technical skills could pose a bigger challenge, making the fight unpredictable and highly awaited. Eddie Hearn has expressed deep respect for both Benavidez and Morrell, praising Benavidez for taking on the challenge of facing Morrell, a fighter who's long been highly regarded. Hearn emphasized how rare it is for top fighters to step up and face one another.
Props to Benavidez, because I've rated Morrell very highly for a long time. In Los Angeles, I got to watch him up close, and I really wasn't impressed with what I saw, but I just think he had an off night. He's a very good fighter, and Benavidez really doesn't need to be taking that fight, but he is. So listen, big respect to David Benavidez. That's a great fight, and we want to see great fights. I hope there's more fighters like David Benavidez that said, no, I'll back myself. I don't give a fuck about Morrell. I know everyone rates him and he's this Cuban killer. I'll beat him. Get me in with him. Fair play. Well done, David Benavidez.
Great fight as well. Really, really good fight. It's great to see this, isn't it? I mean, boxing's flat at the minute, but I really, really rate Benavidez.
Fraser Clark also shared his excitement and respect for both fighters when discussing the matchup. He called it a fantastic fight, but leaned toward Benavidez as the favorite. Clark highlighted Benavidez's physical attributes, speed, and overall skill, noting how impressed he's been by him over the years.
Displayed by David Morrell up on the stage there, maybe a little bit out of character.
To be honest with you, I think, I don't know, man. I really don't know. I just know that when it comes to me and him, at the end of the day, it's only going to be us in that ring, but I'm here to show him that, I'm going to keep this energy up, and, he's in for a long, long night. When I tell him I'm going to break his mouth, that's really what I want to do. I'm not playing around. I'm going in there, and that's exactly what I intend on doing.
What was the main thing that he said that really got you going and really making you say that he want to break his jaws?
I can't remember word for word what it was, but you guys have heard him. You guys have seen that he's been saying that he's gonna knock me out, that I'm not nothing, this and that. So now it's time to live up to that.
Why his jaws? Why not ribs?
Oh, well, the ribs too, but the jaws is the only thing I can think of right now. But we're gonna put a beat on him, man. I know it's not gonna be an easy task, but this is the type of fight I want. This is because I think this is gonna show. I know this is gonna show what level I'm at.
Benavidez has made it clear that he wants to prove his dominance in the super middleweight division after defeating Morrell, solidifying his spot as the best in the class. With relentless aggression, precision, and power, Benavidez aims to show that he is the undisputed top contender and leave no doubt about his skill and determination. He has emphasized that he has a solid game plan and is fully committed to sticking to it, believing it will secure a decisive victory and further cement his status as a dominant force in the super middle.
It's the reason why I took this fight, and I already had it planned that I was going to take it, but because Morrell's been talking a lot, he's been saying that I'm scared of him, this and that, and I think this is just a way of me proving that it doesn't matter who it is, I'm going to get him in the ring sooner or later. And I told people that, and now we're here, February 1st. It's going to be a big fight. I'm very excited. And I'm excited I add that WBA title to my collection.
The animosity between Benavidez and Morrell reached a boiling point during a media workout in Miami on December 17th, 2024. A physical altercation during the session has only increased anticipation.
Spiritually, I'm at one with myself, and I'm just ready. I'm ready. These are the type of challenges I want. I don't shy away from no fight. If no fight or no fighter, you know what I mean? And that's definitely what I'm going to show February 1st.
Do you think like you break them down like later in the rounds? Like do you catch them early and break them down early like we saw with Andrade?
To be honest with you, I'm going to just put a game plan together and I'm going to just follow my game plan. I don't know if it's going to come early. I don't know if it's going to come late, but I will be trying to knock them out. You know, that's what I do every single fight. I go in there and I just break people down and I beat the shit out of them. It's going to be the same thing.
Given the last performance, I know you said at the post-fight you were injured, you're dealing with a lot of things. What do you make of like the perception of David at 175 from fans now? And do you think it's fair?
To be honest with you, I don't care what nobody says. I know exactly what I do. I know that 7 weeks left to the fight, I tore a tendon. No, 8 weeks left to fight, toward a tendon. I got closer to 4 weeks.
Benavidez has also pointed out the personal animosity between him and Morrell, saying, "He doesn't like me and I don't like him." This tension has been clear in their pre-fight interactions, including the heated exchange during the media workout, where Benavidez shoved Morrell, leading to Morrell throwing his WBA interim title at Benavidez. What's your prediction for the upcoming fight? Will Benavidez's power and strategy lead him to victory? Or could David Morrell pull off an upset? Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments below.